Hi everybody, Pastor Deb here. This is the morning that the Mueller report, the redacted Mueller report, is going to be previewed by our Attorney General and then the redacted version made public. I usually don't talk political things when I broadcast a video, not because I'm not politically inclined. Those of you who know me know very well that I live in sort of a 24/7 news cycle in my life. And part of that, for sure, is because in my line of work, we're supposed to be able to help people to go through life with a Bible in one hand and a newspaper in the other. In order to do that, we have to know what's happening in the world. But also, it's because I come from a family that was very news aware, shall we say, in the days before there was cable news. So I come by it honestly and naturally. And I wholeheartedly embrace the Reformed tenet that says that God alone is Lord of the conscience. In other words, no one person can tell you what to believe on any given subject, whether it is reproductive freedom or biblical interpretation or which party to vote for. That's just not Presbyterian for us to do that. And I honor that and I respect that. And there is no but here. I'm not leading up to, but I'm going to make an exception here. There's no but here. I found myself this morning, as I do most mornings, prayerfully approaching my day, having conversation with what I think of as God. That could be a topic for another series of videos, I'm sure. And I'd love to have interaction with you because for me, God is more of a collective conscience, if you will. That is greater than all of us put together. At any rate, I was having that period of meditation and prayer this morning, thinking about our country. And several of you have spoken with me about how you are praying for our country, which is always a good thing. Let me just say, prayer is always a good thing. And as I found myself praying that God would fix things and make things different from the way they are, I was really reminded that things are unfolding in a way that God will make sense out of it. And we might not know, well, in fact, we don't know what that is right now at this moment. But I do believe that God is in charge. That lets me know that for me to pray for a particular outcome may not be, my outcome may not be God's desired outcome or what should happen. Then as I thought about that, I'm thinking, so I guess I shouldn't pray for the government to be as I think it should. And I shouldn't be praying for X, Y, or Z thing to happen. Instead, I should be praying for my peace of mind. I should be praying that I can adjust and adapt and hold fast to my beliefs, that I can continue to live with integrity in how I go about my life, how I carry forward. You know, it's very interesting for me right now having 4 children who are young adults, who are all children of my heart. My daughter, another daughter of my heart, and my 2 godchildren, who have a huge role in my life. And they are all children of color. They are all millennials. They see life very differently than I do. What I'm trying to get them to see and to understand is that each one of us needs to live a life of integrity, a life that is in keeping with our values, so that we look back and we have no or as few regrets as possible when we're older. For the most part, I've done that. We all make mistakes. They're all things we wish we had done differently. But if we live with integrity, then we can accept other things that are happening around us and know that we're okay, that we can feel good about ourselves, And that's kind of where I'm coming down about prayer regarding our country, regarding our planet, and the horrible situation we're facing with global warming. All I can control is me and my outlooks. Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, if you've not read it or you haven't read it in a long time, I urge you to go back and read or reread it. We cannot control what happens to us, but we can choose at any given moment how we will respond to those things. And so that's my message for us today as this whole sort of kabuki theater unfolds before us, because I can guarantee that today there's going to be a lot of words used before the report is displayed and made public, and then afterwards, and that probably on Saturday, the Democrats will come back with some statements. Even though Congress is not in session, nobody's in Washington, they will respond, and it's going to occupy the news cycles all through next week when the government is closed for its Easter Passover recess. We can't control that. We can vote in or out of office people who represent our values. But short of that, God's in charge. And for us to superimpose on the situation and pray to God that our situation be done, I think that that's missing the boat on our integrity and where we place our faith. So I know it's a more serious message than I often greet you with, but these are serious times. So I encourage you to pay attention, not just to the news though. Pay attention to the fact that today is Maundy Thursday, Holy Thursday. We're entering into this holy time for Christians. We are in the Passover season for our Jewish brothers and sisters, and that people all around the world are spiritual people even more than they are political people. God will win out. Love wins every time. Every time. And for those who are Christian, just remember, today is the day when we celebrate Jesus praying, not my will, but thine be done. So with that, I wish you a blessed day, one that is meaningful for you, and one that has integrity. Bye for now.